Today, I thought I'd talk about the worries of somebody who is in their mid 50s. And these are all financial things. So, if you don't know, I'm Rich. I'm just sharing my journey around saving, a little bit investing. I'm not going into my details, but really around the struggles of trying to save and, getting closer and closer to retirement and hopefully, if anything, inspire some other people to save and invest so that you're put in the right situation when you want to, you know, get out of the workforce. So I wrote down 4 or 5 different ideas that I thought were my main worry. Now, most of these relate around, in some perspectives, around money. Again, that's what I'm usually sharing about. So before we dive into there, I like to say, maybe while I'm doing mine, drop in the comments, what are your biggest worries? Maybe, and maybe you're roughly around your age. Again, I'm 53, sharing my journey. Maybe you're in your 50s or 40s or even, approaching your 60s or whatever. What are your worries at that age? I'm curious to hear how they differ, maybe how they're alike, and maybe I'm missing something. So let me start off with the first one then. And so my first one is the job, right? I think I've always kind of had that somewhat fear around, is everything going well? But today, obviously, with, looking out more in the industry, with certain, again, I work in IT. So some of the companies are doing layoffs. So, that's always a big Is that 63? Is it 62? Is it 65? Is it, even up to 67? I do not know yet. But, and I think more than anything out of all of that, it's being in control of when that time comes. I think that's actually the biggest component of that. It's not that it's going to be at 62 or it's going to be at 65. It's really, can I be in control of when I decide to retire? And that goes maybe all the way back to the first one, which is, with the job and AI and, maybe where the market is today with layoffs. And again, I'm not very concerned with it, but it's always in the back of my mind, no matter what. Even when things are going great, it's always in the back of my mind. So again, curious what your worries are. You might be in the same spot where I am at 53, or maybe you're, closer to retirement, or maybe you're further away. I'm curious to hear what your worries are at your stage of life. And, again, maybe I'm missing something. So thank you. And so this is Rich out.